I spent the entire month of October making a random Halloween costume every single day in Stardew Valley. If you're new, I'm Junimo B, and I am a huge fan of Stardew Valley, obviously, and I do love Halloween, so what better than to make a series where we combine the two and really utilize the tailoring features in Stardew Valley to create some really fun costumes. So back a few months ago, I took a whole bunch of suggestions from all of you, and this entire month I've been randomly making all of the costumes you suggested. And today, I've compiled all of those videos and added some extra details so that you can recreate the costumes yourself in your own games, if you so choose. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The rumors are true. I'm back for the second year to make a random Halloween costume in Stardew Valley every single day, and I think this year is gonna be better than ever. To kick off the series, we are making Joy from Inside Out, so let's head to the sewing machine to put together her signature dress. To make the top, we are going to sew together cloth and summer squash and dye it to the greeny yellow color that Joy wears, which gives us this tank top. And for the bottoms, Joy's skirt has a slight pleat to it, so using cloth and a summer spangle, dyeing it to match the top, we have our perfect outfit. Now obviously, this costume is all in the details, so we will head to the wizard's basement to make use of the Shrine of Illusions, give ourselves the perfect hairstyle, eyes, and skin to match. I went with hairstyle 1 and skin 21, and the outfit is almost perfect. All we need now is a pair of shoes to tie it all together, and being that there unfortunately isn't a pair of yellow shoes in the game, we will settle for these white crystal shoes, and just like that, we have our complete day 1 Halloween costume, Joy from Inside Out, to start this daily series off with a bang. Making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today we are making Velma from Scooby-Doo. All of the Scooby-Doo characters' looks are so iconic, so let's get started on Velma's outfit at our sewing machine. For the top, Velma wears a turtleneck, and lucky for us, by adding cloth and pretty much any aura of your choice, you too can sport one yourself. We'll just dye that a bit, and then for the bottoms we'll be making her pleated skirt with cloth and a poppy, and with a bit of dye to that, we're done at the sewing machine. Now before making the most impactful touches, let's throw on a pair of these red sneakers, and I think as far as the outfit goes, we're looking pretty good. But to really embody Velma, we need her glasses and a short page boy haircut, so we will head to the wizard's basement to access the Shrine of Illusions, select hairstyle 64 and accessory 27, and we have become Velma from Scooby-Doo. I know it's only day 2, but this is definitely my favorite one yet. Like, let me know if I'm wrong, but I think we kind of nailed it. I hope to see you tomorrow when we make another Halloween costume. Making a random costume in Stardew Valley every single day until Halloween, and it's day 3. Today, we get to recreate Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. Now, to be completely honest, I have never seen this anime, but the costume is actually suggested by one of you, as pretty much all of the costumes this year are, so let's get right into it. We will start off at the sewing machine with her dress, which looks like a dark blue-purple color, so for the top we'll sew together cloth and wood, and for the bottoms we'll sew together cloth and blue jazz, and dye them both to match. Now, Kiki has a very different hairstyle to mine, so we'll head to the Shrine of Illusions to change our hairdo to hairstyle 28 and give ourselves some flushed cheeks with accessory 29, and all we need now is a big red bow to finish off the look. I'm honestly pretty surprised that there isn't a perfect match with how many bows are in the game, but the closest is probably the Poke Bow, which you can buy for 1k from the Hat Mouse for completing 10 Help Wanted requests. And that is the complete costume. Be sure to let me know if you think we did Kiki justice. And I'll see you all tomorrow for another random Halloween costume. Making a random Halloween costume every day of October, and today's costume is very exciting as we are making Stan from Gravity Falls. Now, I watched Gravity Falls for the first time this year, and let me just say, I am obsessed. Grunkle Stan's staple outfit consists of this dark suit with a thin red bow tie of sorts, light brown shoes, glasses, and a fez atop his head. Now, unfortunately, there isn't a suit jacket that matches perfectly to Stan's, but by combining cloth and an ancient seed, we get this brown suit, and then by adding cloth and a strawberry and dyeing the pants to match, we've got an outfit that is a slightly lighter version of what we're going for. But because we can't dye the top, this is as good as it's gonna get. For the shoes, we will pop on these work boots, and I know, currently it's pretty hard to see the vision, but let's head to the Shrine of Illusions in the wizard's basement to give ourselves some facial hair and tweak some things, and for the final touch that I believe will pull this all together, we need to get our hands on a fez, and thanks to update 1.6, one is now available to be purchased at the traveling cart for 8,000 G. And there we have it, Grunkle Stan from Gravity Falls. What do we think? But seriously, if you haven't seen Gravity Falls, go watch it now. Making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and our challenge today is Lily from Duolingo. Funnily enough, I've gotten quite a few comments in the past that I remind them of her. I wonder why. So this costume may just be a pretty easy one. Starting off at the sewing machine, Lily wears this dark purple turtleneck and pants that are a lighter purple shade, so we'll sew together cloth and a copper ore with a bit of dye to create the top and cloth and a wild plum for the pants. There is this one photo of her that I saw with this skull shirt, so if we were to create something similar to that, we would just need cloth and a prehistoric skull. Now, with our outfit pretty much done and our shoes already matching hers, we could call it here. Seriously, why do we look so similar? But just for a little bit of tweaking, we will head to the Shrine of Illusions in the Wizard's basement and make a few shading adjustments. Unfortunately, I do think this hairstyle is the closest we can get, so that is the complete look. It is seriously like looking in a mirror. Definitely let me know what you think, and I'll see you tomorrow with another random costume in Stardew Valley. Making a random Halloween costume every day, and today we are recreating Wednesday Addams. Now, there are plenty of outfits we could go with between all of the mini adaptations of the Addams Family, including Wednesday, the Netflix adaptation, so I'm going to try my best to capture what most everybody thinks of when they think of Wednesday, which is for me the two side braids, dark hair, and a dark pleated dress with a collar. So let's get right into it. For the top, we'll take cloth and green algae and sew them together to make this collared top that we will dye black. Then for the lower portion of the dress, we will sew together cloth and a poppy and add a bit of dye to make our pleated skirt. I think this outfit is coming along quite nicely. Now for the shoes, a pair of dark boots will go nicely, and then at the Shrine of Illusions, it's time to really pull this outfit together with a change of hairdo, and just like that, we have created a Wednesday Addams Halloween costume Stardew Valley style. That was a mouthful. Be sure to come back tomorrow for another random Halloween costume. See you tomorrow! Making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today's costume is Ariel from the 1989 animated film The Little Mermaid, a classic. The look we will be recreating is this iconic blue outfit she wears during the Kiss the Girl scene in the movie, so let's get started. As always, we will make our way to the sewing machine to make the dress. Now, unfortunately, there isn't a perfect one-to-one match for the top, but by sewing together cloth and an octopus, how fitting, we get this blue button vest that we are able to dye the sleeves to get that pale blue color. Then, sewing together cloth and honey and dyeing that a bit, our outfit is complete. Ariel seems to have on black flats, so we will pop on the dark boots and make our way to the Shrine of Illusions to give ourselves the red hair Ariel is known for. Hairstyle 25 is kind of perfect as it gives that whoosh in front she always seems to have. And now for the final touch that honestly inspired me to add this particular costume to the list, we will make our way to the Hat Mouse and purchase the blue ribbon that is available for 1K after gaining the blue ribbon achievement. And the costume is complete. Let me know how you think we did today, and I will see you tomorrow for another random Halloween costume. Making a random Halloween costume in Stardew Valley every single day, and today's costume is likely somebody you're all familiar with, as it is Shane from Stardew Valley itself. Now Shane wears a blue jacket over a tunneler's jersey and baggy-ish denim-looking shorts, so let's go make something similar on our sewing machine. For the top, we'll sew together cloth and fish stew to get this blue-looking jacket. Unfortunately, we can't dye it, but it gives the right vibe for the most part. Then for the shorts, we're gonna sew cloth and an orange together and dye them to make a pair of these relaxed fit shorts to resemble Shane's. Another option for the top would be to add cloth and pepper poppers to create the tunneler's jersey by itself, but today I think we're gonna stick with the first option. Shane also wears green shoes, so we'll pop on these rubber boots, and with that, all that's needed is some changes to our hair at the Shrine of Illusions. I think hairstyle 8 is going to be the closest we can get, and our Shane costume is complete. Not identical, but honestly, from the back, I feel like you really can't tell too much of a difference. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today we're bringing it back to the basics with a mummy costume. Now, this costume is going to be entirely centered around one accessory, and that is the mummy mask, which you can purchase at the New Desert Festival in the Calico Egg Merchant's shop. It's a little big, which is funny, but now for the outfit, I want to look like we're wrapped up, and there really aren't too many great options for this. But by adding cloth and corn to the sewing machine, we get a striped shirt that adds some texture. Then we'll make pants with cloth and cranberries, add a bit of dye, and our costume is almost complete. Is it perfect? No, but it is something. I think the best shoes for this are these work boots. We could go with white crystal shoes, but in my opinion they are a little too stark white. And then for the final touch, we will head to the Shrine of Illusions to give our skin a ghostly look to blend with the outfit. And we are a mummy, or at least an attempt at one. What do you think? Be sure to come back tomorrow for another random costume in Stardew Valley. Making a random Halloween costume in Stardew Valley every day, and today we are keeping with the Halloween spirit as we're recreating Winifred Sanderson from Hocus Pocus. Now, to create her exact look would pretty much be impossible with the limited options of clothing available in the game, but I think we can create an outfit that gives off the right feeling and embodies her overall aesthetic. So let's start at the sewing machine. For her top, we'll sew together cloth and an ancient drum to create this purple shirt with similar features to the dress she wears underneath her cloak. For the bottoms, we'll sew together cloth and a sunflower, and to bring in the green color she wears, we'll dye the bottoms. If the top and the bottoms colors could be switched, I think that this costume would be much better, but even so, we'll pop on some dark boots as we head to the Shrine of Illusions to make the final touches that will really bring this all together. For the hair, I went with hairstyle 4 and added some face makeup in the accessories, and just like that, we have ourselves a Winifred Sanderson Halloween costume in Stardew Valley. How do you think we did? Be sure to let me know in the comments, and I will see you all tomorrow. Day 11 of making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today we're recreating Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. Now, before I even get started, I am so curious to hear what your favorite Pokemon is, and also if you can guess mine by any chance. I'll give you a bit of a hint. They are a grass type, and they have been around since Gen 1. Now let's get right into the costume. Ash generally wears this blue jacket type vest with white sleeves over top a white or dark colored shirt alongside jeans. There isn't a perfect match, but by sewing together cloth and energy tonic and dyeing it blue, we get a jacket that I feel is a decent representation of what he wears. Then for the bottoms, we'll sew together cloth and a strawberry, add dye, and our outfit is complete. In the different versions of Ash, his shoes aren't always the same, but I think these dark boots will go well, and with that we'll head to the Shrine of Illusions to give ourselves a new hairdo. Obviously at this point we are missing something very important, his ball cap, and disclaimer, there isn't one that works exactly how I would like, but by going to the Island Trader on a Monday, we can pick up this small red cap, and just like that we've created our very best Ash Ketchum costume. Don't forget to let me know your favorite Pokemon and what you think mine is in the comments, and I will see you tomorrow for another random costume in Stardew Valley. Let's go make a random Halloween costume in Stardew Valley, and today it looks like we are making Link from Zelda. Link's look is very well known and will likely be fairly easy to replicate to some extent. Now, right off the bat, there is a shirt in Stardew Valley that feels like it would be perfect for a Link costume, and that is the excavator shirt that can be sewn with cloth and one of a few fossils. However, this shirt is not dyeable, and Link wears a pretty distinct green, so I think it's only right we go in a different direction. So for the top, let's sew together cloth and a cave carrot to get this green belted shirt, and cloth and a blue jazz for the bottoms. I think that's a pretty good match. For the shoes, we'll throw on a brown pair, and then let's head to the Shrine of Illusions to give ourselves a different hairdo. In all honesty, which specific one is not too important, as our next step is pretty much going to cover it up anyway. But now that we're done with that, we'll go to the Hat Mouse to buy the Gnome's Cap for 5k, which is available after earning the Craftmaster achievement, an achievement earned for crafting one of every item, and there we have it, our final Link Halloween costume in Stardew Valley. Let me know what you might change, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for another random costume in Stardew Valley. Making a random Halloween costume in Stardew Valley, and today's costume is Abigail from Stardew Valley. Now, in the game, Abigail is actually somebody who has a lot of her look available to some extent, so this shouldn't be too difficult, right? To start, we'll sew together cloth and a bone flute to create the blue long vest she wears. Then Abigail wears pants, so we'll sew together cloth and a wild plum to match that, and we're looking pretty okay. She wears dark brownish shoes, so we'll put on a pair that's close to that as we head to the Shrine of Illusions. Now, this is where I am genuinely having a hard time. Hairstyle 57 is pretty much the exact hairstyle she wears, except flipped, but then there's also hairstyle 25, which isn't a perfect match, but the part is on the correct side of her head, which will make a difference when it comes to our next step. So I know it's silly, but I am kind of torn. In the end, I did go with hairstyle 25, partially because for the other one, the color was naturally darker and it didn't look as similar in that way. Now, Abigail wouldn't be complete without her bow, and lucky for us, as of 1.6, she sells an exact copy at her shop during the Desert Festival, so with that, this is our final Abigail Halloween costume. Maybe not twins, but sisters? Definitely let me know what you think, and be sure to come back tomorrow for another random costume. Day 14 of making a random Halloween costume in Stardew Valley every day, and today's costume is Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece. Now, I've never seen One Piece, but I've been told that's how his name is pronounced, so if I'm wrong, don't blame me. Starting out from the pictures I've seen, he often wears this red open shirt vest situation, so I think we can go one of two ways, either the short jacket or the red button vest. Now, it's October, it can be cold, so I think we will go with the red button vest, which is actually only obtainable as a random cosmetic item drop, so you've got to get lucky to get your hands on one. Then, at the sewing machine, we will make some relaxed fit shorts with cloth and an orange, and our costume is coming along. It looks like he wears a dark pair of sandals, so we'll do the next best thing and put on a pair of dark boots, and then at the Shrine of Illusions, we will make a few cosmetic changes. Finally, for maybe the most important addition, we need to top this outfit off with a straw hat, which, lucky for us, is one of the first hats most people obtain in Stardew, as you can win it at the egg hunt. And that's the costume. For all of you One Piece fans, let me know how you think we did. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Making a random Halloween costume every single day in Stardew Valley, and today we are recreating Disgust from Inside Out. All of the Inside Out characters' looks are so distinctive, so I'm excited to try this one out. For her outfit, we will start at the sewing machine with cloth and a radish to create a tank top, and with a bit of dye, this will be the top of her dress. Then for the bottom of the skirt, we'll sew together cloth and a poppy and dye that the same color. Disgust has leggings of some kind underneath her dress, but Stardew Valley doesn't really have enough pixels for that to matter luckily, so we'll simply put on some purpley pink shoes, which are a very important feature as, spoilers, we won't be able to recreate the neck scarf she wears, so we will definitely need to have this color coming from somewhere. Now at the Shrine of Illusions, this is where the big changes will come and really pull it all together as we give ourselves some green skin, a new hairdo, and some cute rosy cheeks from the accessories. And we have become Disgust from Inside Out. How do you think we did? Let me know in the comments, and I hope to see you all tomorrow with another costume in Stardew Valley. Day 16 of making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, which means we are over halfway through the series. Crazy. And today's costume is Tinkerbell. Now, she has quite a simple look, so I'm thinking we may be able to replicate it fairly well, except for the wings, unfortunately. Concerned Ape, if you ever do another update, it would be pretty cool to add an accessory like that. Now, starting at the sewing machine, we will sew cloth and a sea cucumber to create a tube top to match Tinkerbell's strapless dress. Then for the bottoms, we will actually be going to the Island Trader on Ginger Island to pick up a luau skirt for 50 taro root. I think this one adds a nice texture compared to the other options. Now for shoes, Tinkerbell wears green shoes with a white puff on top of sorts, so we'll pop on our white crystal shoes to help break up the colors a bit and then make our way to the Shrine of Illusions for our final touches. And that is our final Tinkerbell Halloween costume in Stardew Valley. I don't think we did half bad. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you tomorrow for another random costume in Stardew Valley. Making a random costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today we are recreating a character from a different pixel-based game, Steve from Minecraft. Now, lucky for us, Steve's outfit couldn't be more simple. He wears a somewhat basic turquoise shirt, basic pants, and gray shoes. So let's get started. At the sewing machine, we will start by sewing together cloth and duck mayo to create our turquoise shirt. You could definitely just create a different basic shirt and dye it, but I think this one works quite well. Then for the pants, we'll sew together cloth and a wild plum, add a little dye, and I think the outfit is looking pretty good. Let's just change into these combat boots to give us the correct shoe color, and now it's all about the final touches at the Shrine of Illusions in the wizard's basement. We're gonna add some facial hair, change a little coloring here and there, and the hair is where I'm struggling a bit. There really aren't too many styles that seem to match Steve's hair, and in all honesty, I'm not quite sure how this hairdo would translate into more pixels. But in the end, I settled on this hairdo, and that's the complete costume. How do you think we did? Be sure to let me know in the comments, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for another random Halloween costume in Stardew Valley. Making a random costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today's costume is Rasmodius, aka the wizard in Stardew Valley. Now, similar to when we did Abigail, there are lots of pieces in-game that were made to resemble him, so we should have a pretty easy time putting the outfit together. To start at the sewing machine, we will sew cloth and a void essence to give us this arcane shirt. Then for the bottoms, although the wizard doesn't necessarily wear baggy pants, I think that we will, as it will kind of help trick the eye as we aren't able to wear a cape like he does. So we'll sew together cloth and a slime egg, add a little dye, and our outfit is looking pretty good. Now let's just pop on some dark boots and head to the Shrine of Illusions in the wizard's basement, don't mind us, to give ourselves some facial hair and adjust a few things. Now, the only thing missing is his hat, and like I said before, pieces of his outfit are found in the game, this being one of them, so we'll pop on this arcane hat, which is given after completing the monster eradication goal for slaying mummies. And we have become a Rasmodius variant. What do you think? Definitely not identical, but I think like most of the Stardew character costumes we've done, we've gotten pretty close. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to come back tomorrow for another random costume in Stardew Valley. Let's go make a Halloween costume in Stardew Valley. If you've been keeping up, I, Junimobi, have been making a random costume every day this month in Stardew Valley, and today we are making a character from a show I really enjoy, Joe Goldberg from You. Now, obviously Joe doesn't have one set outfit, but I think it will be fun to create a costume after his stalking look, we'll call it, this picture specifically. At the sewing machine, we'll start by sewing cloth and a chewing stick to make ourselves this canvas jacket. Then for the bottoms, generally he wears dark pants, so we'll sew cloth and a strawberry with dye to create these ones. Joe often wears a brown shoe, so we'll pop those on, and now we'll head to the Shrine of Illusions so that we can become a bit more recognizable. We'll change our hair and add a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, and now all that's missing is his signature hat that will make it so that we can stalk in peace. And lucky for us, as of update 1.6, a dark ball cap exists, which you can randomly obtain from Emily's outfit service at the Desert Festival to really bring this whole outfit together. Hello, you. Okay, but seriously, from the side I think we actually look pretty spot on. What do you think? Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to come back tomorrow for another random costume in Stardew Valley. Day 20 of making a random costume in Stardew Valley every single day, and today's costume is the one and only Sabrina Carpenter. Not to be that person, but I've been a fan of hers for years and years, since like Eyes Wide Open, so it's incredibly cool how much recognition she's been getting more recently, and I can't wait to personify that in this costume. So today, I thought it would be fun to recreate her espresso look. At the sewing machine, we'll sew together cloth and a super cucumber to make a black strapless top. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get that white hem, but it is what it is. For the bottoms, it is a dress she's wearing, but all of the skirt and dress options in Stardew have a bit of a flare, and this dress is more of a pencil skirt look, so I think we'll go with shorts by sewing together cloth and a melon, and with some dye, I think it will all come together. Now for the shoes, I'm not sure the specifics of what she's wearing in this reference photo, but she is known for a white platform go-go boot, so we'll pop on some crystal shoes and head to the Shrine of Illusions for our final touches. With a quick change of hair and some blush, we have ourselves a Sabrina Carpenter espresso costume in Stardew Valley. Short and sweet. Did we do her justice? Let me know what you think, and be sure to come back tomorrow for another costume in Stardew Valley. Making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today's costume is Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Let's go! Lucky for us, we don't have to worry about finding a super unique outfit because Shaggy wears a very plain outfit, so that should make it easier for us. At the sewing machine, we will be sewing a basic shirt with cloth and wood, and we'll dye it to a green color. Now for the pants, we are actually going to step away from the sewing machine for these, as I think the best pants will be the tight pants, which are actually only obtainable through Emily's outfit service at the Desert Festival. Now I think these are the best option because they will definitely highlight the different shaping in his outfit and give the illusion of a long lanky look that Shaggy seems to have. Now for the shoes, we'll pop on some dark boots, and from there, we're off to the Shrine of Illusions to change our hair. Funnily enough, if you remember when we made Velma earlier in the series, we will actually be using the same hairstyle here for Shaggy. Now we could be finished here, but quite frankly, Shaggy is not complete without Scooby, so let's head to Marnie's to adopt him. And now the costume is complete. I was going to try to do an impression here, but I will spare you. You're welcome. Let me know what you think of this costume, and be sure to come back for another one tomorrow. Making a random costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today we're recreating Island from Fields of Mystria. Now, if you haven't heard of Fields of Mystria, it is a brand new game similar to Stardew Valley, and if you want to see a bit of gameplay, I do have a long-form video playing a bit of it myself if you want to check that out. Just as a bit of a shameless self-promo. But now onto the outfit. Island does have a few different outfits, but today I'm going to recreate his beach look. This is definitely not because I selfishly want to create the fake muscle shirt. So at the sewing machine, we will sew together cloth and muscle remedy to create his shirtless look. Then for the bottoms, I'm having a hard time figuring out exactly what he's wearing, and Stardew does have limited options, so we will sew cloth in an orange with a bit of dye to replicate what he has going on as best as we can. His shoes on his sprite seem to be whitish, so we'll put these ones on, and off to the Shrine of Illusions we will go to make this outfit make more sense. Here we will change our hair to that signature pale pink, and that is our final costume for Island from Fields of Mystria Beach Edition. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you tomorrow for another costume in Stardew Valley. Making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today we're going a little old school and making Calvin from the Calvin and Hobbes comic books. We're going to start off by making his red t-shirt and dark shorts at the sewing machine by sewing together cloth and wood to make the top and cloth and a blueberry to make the bottoms, adding a bit of dye to each. Now, this top is actually one that changes based on which gender you are when sewn, so to get this style, you would just need to make yourself male at the Shrine of Illusions first. Now that we're here, we'll just change into some white shoes and make some cosmetic changes, and just like that, we're Calvin. But it just doesn't seem right to make Calvin alone, so let's make this episode a 2-for-1 and quickly put together a Hobbes costume. At the sewing machine, we'll sew cloth and plum pudding and cloth and a strawberry to get our outfit. Then with some white shoes on, we'll pop on a bald cap and this accessory to look like his nose, and all we need to bring this all together is the tiger hat, a rare drop you'll get from slaying tiger slimes. And now we have not just Calvin, but Calvin and Hobbes, just as it should be. What do you think? Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to come back tomorrow for another random costume in Stardew Valley. Day 24 of making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley during October, which means we have about 1 week left of costumes. And today's costume is Coraline. Now, I'm specifically going to attempt to make her raincoat look, so let's get started. At the sewing machine, we will start by sewing cloth and a snail to get our raincoat top. For the bottoms, I haven't seen the movie in quite a while, and while I was looking up images for this video, it seemed that she generally does wear a skirt under the jacket, but there are also quite a few images where she wears these blue pants, so I hope nobody minds, but I'm going to go the pants route by using the tight pants from Emily's outfit service. Now we have encountered the bane of my existence, the yellow shoes. Unfortunately, yellow shoes do not live in the Stardew universe, so we'll put on these work boots and I guess pretend they're just dirty. At the Shrine of Illusions, we'll give her some blue hair, which again, the style isn't perfect, but now for our final touch, Coraline seems to wear a dragonfly clip, so we'll head to the Hat Mouse to pick up the Tropiclip for 1K, a hairpiece available for upgrading your house. And that is our recreation of Coraline. Can you tell it's her? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you tomorrow for another costume in Stardew Valley. Day 25 of making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today we're recreating Eleven from Stranger Things. Now, Eleven has quite a few iconic looks, but we're going to take it back to where it all began in Season 1 and attempt her blue jacket, pink dress without the wig outfit. So, at the sewing machine, we will start by sewing cloth and seafoam pudding to get this blue jacket. There is a collared shirt we could have made so that the dress seems more accurate, but if I have to choose one or the other, I think that the blue jacket is a bit more important here. Now for the bottoms, we will sew cloth and a poppy with dye, and the outfit is complete. 11 wears white Converse, so we will pop on some crystal shoes and make our way to the Shrine of Illusions in the wizard's basement to give ourselves her classic buzz cut. And that is our final costume for 11 from Stranger Things. It's definitely a show that is a bit of a comfort show for me, so I hope I did an okay job. And let me just say, I am so excited for Stranger Things to finally wrap it all up in season 5. Next year? Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for another costume in Stardew Valley. Making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and for our 26th costume, we are making a devil. Now, we are going to start at the sewing machine by sewing together cloth and vegetable medley to get this shirt. For the bottoms, we'll sew cloth and an apple with a bit of dye, and I think this costume is coming together nicely. Now we'll just pop on some work boots and head to the Shrine of Illusions to make a few changes to our hair. And I think what's missing now, we can find at the Hat Mouse for 5K. The Pageboy cap, a hat available for earning the well-read achievement. Now, I think the outfit looks great, very accurate to the prompt, but I think we need to make a little adjustment to the bottoms. Now, that is more like it. I think this may be the most accurate one yet. What do you think? Okay, obviously, this is just a joke, it's not all that serious. These are all just pixels after all. But in all honesty, I think this is the closest we can get to a Mayor Lewis costume. And I think these pieces were added to the game to represent him, being that the shirt we're wearing, for example, is literally called the mayoral suspenders. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and be sure to come back tomorrow for another random Halloween costume in Stardew Valley. Day 27 of making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today's costume is Dipper from Gravity Falls. If you watched Day 4, you know how much I love this show, but I just want to be forthright and lower your expectations because Dipper's look has some pretty specific pieces, and Stardew Valley doesn't have the best one-for-one alternatives. So let's see how this goes. At the sewing machine, this is where the first disappointment of sorts starts, as we will sew cloth and fish stew to get this blue jacket. Unfortunately, there were no options to get the blue vest with a red top underneath, so we had to compromise. For the bottoms, we'll sew cloth and hot pepper with some dye, and with the addition of some dark boots, the outfit is almost complete. We'll just make our way to the Shrine of Illusions to change up our hair, and I know, the hairstyle is not really it, but Dipper is known for his hat, and trust me, this hairstyle will sit the best under it. Now, speaking of the hat, more disappointment awaits as there is not a perfect choice, but the closest is probably the trucker hat, which unfortunately is green, but you can pick it up at the Hat Mouse for 2K after crafting 30 different items. And that is our best attempt at Dipper from Gravity Falls. What do you think? Hopefully next year we will be able to do even more characters from this show. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for another random costume in Stardew Valley. Making a random costume every day in Stardew Valley until Halloween, and today's costume is a minion from Despicable Me. I feel like I need to start this off by preparing you all for an unhinged look, to say the least. Now, not all minions look exactly the same, but I think that our look today will be mostly based off of the minion Bob. So at the sewing machine, we will sew cloth and a large milk to get these sleeveless overalls. For the bottoms, we'll sew cloth and a strawberry, and with a bit of dye, the base of our costume is complete. We'll just pop on some dark boots, and of course head to the Shrine of Illusions to change our skin and give ourselves a nice bald head. Now you may be thinking, B, this doesn't seem all that unhinged so far. Well, that's about to change as we make our final addition with cloth and a bug stake to create goggles, because a minion would not be complete without them. I don't know why Concerned Ape made these so much larger than your head, but it honestly is the most ridiculous thing and I love it. So yes, that is our complete minion costume. And looking at it from the side, it's not too bad, right? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for another random costume in Stardew Valley. Making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and today we are making Frankenstein's monster. Now, there are so many directions in which we could take this costume, as in the last 100 plus years, it has been portrayed in dozens of ways, so I'm gonna kind of go with a when you see it, you get it kind of vibe and just roll with it. No specific reference point. So at the sewing machine, we will start by sewing cloth and fried calamari to get this top, and cloth and a wild plum with dye to get these dark bottoms. For the shoes, we'll wear dark boots, and now, where all of the costumes truly come together, we will head to the Shrine of Illusions. Shocker. I'm going with hairstyle 43 and changing our skin to this sickly color that almost has a hint of green, and then for an accessory, I'm going to put these gold earrings on to represent the bolts he has in his neck region. Now, there is a silver earring option that I thought would be perfect, but it turns out they aren't just silver earrings, they actually have blue dangly bits, so the gold it is. And that is our final Frankenstein's Monster Halloween costume. Not gonna lie, we are kind of serving Frankenstein girly pop, and I am not mad at it. Let me know what you think, and I will see you tomorrow for another random costume in Stardew Valley. Day 30 of making a random Halloween costume every day in Stardew Valley, and very fittingly, today's costume is Sadness from Inside Out. 30 days ago, we made Joy to start this series off, and it just feels right to basically close out the series with Sadness. But don't worry, we still have tomorrow, which I did specifically choose a costume to close it all out, so be sure to come back for that. Now let's get started with Sadness. At the sewing machine, we will create her turtleneck sweater with cloth and iron ore, and actually, this combo makes the perfect color turtleneck, so that's pretty cool. Then for the bottoms, we will sew cloth and a wild plum with dye, and our costume is almost complete. We'll simply put on these blue shoes, and of course we will head to the Shrine of Illusions to give ourselves some blue skin and a haircut to match. Now, this may be kind of controversial, but for the accessory, I am bypassing the glasses because with so little pixels, I feel like it all just gets lost for this look, so I'm going to choose accessory 31 to give ourselves a bit of a flush to our cheeks. And that is our Sadness from Inside Out Halloween costume. I cannot believe tomorrow is our last day, and if you are seeing this video on the 31st, happy Halloween! Day 31 of making a random costume every day in Stardew Valley, and it's Halloween. I can't believe we made it. And today's costume is Concerned Ape, aka Eric Baroni, aka the sole creator and developer of Stardew Valley. Obviously, there would be no daily series without Stardew Valley and no Stardew Valley without Eric Baroni, so not to get sappy, but I really owe it all to him. So let's get started. For this costume, I'm referencing a few different photos, but one thing about Concerned Ape, if you've ever looked him up before, this man clearly found an outfit he likes and he has stuck with it. And that outfit seems to always include this dark denim jacket with fleece lining. And there is actually a shirt in Stardew called the Dark Jacket with the description, a dark denim jacket lined with fleece. I feel like that's no accident. So we'll sew cloth out of frozen tear and cloth and cranberries for the bottoms, and with the addition of these work boots, we'll head to the Shrine of Illusions to change our hair and add some facial hair, and I think we've transformed into Eric Baroni himself in Stardew Valley. Seriously, I would love to know if this would be similar to how he would make himself in the game. Now, just for fun, we'll add the one and only Concerned Ape mask, which you can get at the forge once you've achieved perfection, to really round the outfit out. Thank you so much for all of you who have spent time watching the daily series, and even this video, it really means so much more than you all know. If you watched these videos and wanted a little more info on tailoring and dyeing clothes in the game, I do have a pretty in-depth video on my channel that you can check out, and if you're not tired of the Halloween costumes just yet, I did do the daily series last year as well, so I will link the playlist for that too. One final huge thank you to everybody who watched, gave suggestions, and supported me in the series in any way. A daily series can honestly be so draining, and I actually moved apartments in the middle of this month, so I definitely am happy for the series to come to a close. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!